NATO leaders have agreed to strengthen their defenses in the east in response to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. US President Joe Biden said that the NATO alliance has agreed to establish 4 new battle groups in Slovakia, Romania, Bulgaria, and Hungary. In a statement following the NATO summit of leaders, Biden said the establishment of the new battle groups is a strong signal that we will collectively defend and protect every inch of NATO territory. Between now and the NATO summit in June, we will develop plans for additional forces and capabilities to strengthen NATO's defenses. Biden said that the US will continue to support President Zelensky of Ukraine and his government with significant and increasing amounts of security assistance to fight Russian aggression and uphold their right to self-defense. In a joint statement following a meeting in Brazil, NATO said, "In response to Russia's actions, we have activated NATO's defense plans, deployed elements of NATO response forces, and placed 40,000 troops on our eastern flank, along with the significant air and naval assets under the direct NATO command supported by the Allies' NATO developments." The Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky has appealed to NATO leaders to increase the military support for his country in a pre-recorded video addressing to Alliance summit. He also suggested that Russia would next target NATO members in the Eastern Europe, including Poland. A Russian landing ship has been destroyed and 2 other vessels have been damaged in occupied Ukraine port of Berdyansk, says Ukraine officials. Ukraine military posted footage earlier on Thursday and said the Ox has been hit by its forces. The video posted by the Navy on the social media showed explosion and a big ship on fire at 5 GMT on Thursday. Deputy Minister of Ukraine Hanna Malia told Ukraine TV that the military had hit a huge target capable of carrying 20 tanks, 45 armored vehicles and 400 troops. Details of what caused the explosion seems to be an Ukraine UAV at Berdyansk, which is west of the besieged port of Mariupol, was seized 4 days after Russia invaded Ukraine. Russia says it has used the port as base to ferry equipment for its troops by showing a video a few days before from the port. Drone footage filmed by the Russian state media also reported showed an armored personnel carrier being offloaded from the Ox in the port. Armored vehicles were to be used to reinforce Russian troops, said the TV report of Russia. The Russian army launched a so-called special operation, as the world knows as the invasion into the Ukraine territory, from multiple directions. More than 16 days after, Russian forces have made little progress in the south of Ukraine, occupying the city of Kherson by shelling and isolating Mariupol the same way as their land force failed to do anything. However, the Russians had very difficult time in the north of Ukraine. The Ukrainians repulsed the effort to make a quick grab of Kyiv and fought fiercely in the defense of Chernihiv and Kharkiv. Putin justified the invasion with a host of falsehoods. People in Donbas in the eastern Ukraine had been facing humiliation. If the Kremlin was surprised by the underperformance of its military and the result of Ukrainians, it was equally surprised by the Western reaction. NATO has deployed thousands of troops to the Baltic states of Poland, Romania, and Bulgaria. The fierce retaliation by Ukraine, with its active personnel of 255,000 personnel, and Russia has 1,154,000 personnel. Reserve personnel of Ukraine is 1 million and Russia's reserve personnel is 2 million. Available for military personnel of Ukraine is 11,149,646, while Russia has available for military personnel are 34,765,736. The man-pads anti-tank missiles of Ukraine is more than 17,000, while Russia has or unknown or none. The man-pads anti-aircraft missiles of Ukraine is 2,000 and more. About Russia, it is unknown or maybe none. Not all of these troops will be sent to Ukraine by Russia. The troops which are actively inside the Ukraine is 150,000 to 190,000, which is approximately 54% to 68% of the 280,000 Russian forces. The Battalion Tactical Group, or the BTG, is 120 and total of 170, that is about 71% of them are inside Ukraine. the ground maneuver and the support fire battalions. Total 120 of 408, 120 are inside, that is 29% of the total, are inside the Ukraine border. The total land force of Ukraine and Russia. Ukraine tanks are 2,105, while Russia has 12,270. Armored fighting vehicles of Ukraine is 6,990, while Russia has 26,831. Total artillery of Ukraine is 3,721, and Russia has 18,497. Self-propelled artillery of Ukraine is 1,047, while Russia has 6,532. Rocket artillery of Ukraine is 630, while Russia has 4,359. The total aircraft of the Air Force of Ukraine is 326, while Russia has 552. The fighter jets of Air Force of Ukraine is 70, while Russia has 792. Multi-role aircraft of the Air Force of Ukraine is 0, while Russia has 832. Attack aircraft of the Air Force of Ukraine is 29, and Russia has 880. Helicopters or attack helicopters of Air Force of Ukraine is 129, and Russia has 1,724. Combat drones or the UCAV or UAV of the Air Force of Ukraine has 12, while Russia has 30. Total number of Navy of Ukraine is 63, while Russia has 664. According to Ukraine estimates, Russia has lost more than 12,000 troops inside Ukraine, and 58 Russian planes, 83 Russian helicopters, 362 Russian tanks, 135 Russian artillery pieces, 1,205 Russian armored personnel carriers, and 62 Russian MLRS, 2 boats of Russia, 585 Russian vehicles, 60 fuel tanks, 7 UAVs of Russia, and 33 anti-aircraft warfare. You can decide for yourself who is winning and who is losing. The number doesn't matter always, the reality matters. Russia lost the war by all means. Like one of their captured pilots said, Russia should retreat because they have lost their invasion of Ukraine. But Putin is refusing to accept it.